What's going on, people, and welcome to another episode of Too Many Games, Not Enough Time. Yes, quarantine is still going on, the extension has happened, and there's still so much games coming out. So I sit down with industry friends to find out what it is that you are playing right now. Now today I have two guests. Yes, we are upping the stakes out here, fam. I've got two guests. Now, the reason why I work in gaming is, like, obviously I've been a gamer since I was young. I've been a presenter for years. But one thing that really frustrated me was not kind of seeing myself being represented when I'm watching gaming content. So I watch like the IGNs, the kind of funny, the GameStops, and what really used to frustrate me is not seeing myself. Now, the guests I have today, they have formulated a whole clique, a whole business, a whole team around representation, making sure that you are being seen, because representation is the key in life. So we have the Melanin Gamers in the building. Welcome to Too Many Games.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
How is quarantine? How are you coping with quarantine, Annabelle?
Well, first of all, as far as introductions go, that was amazing, really. Like, just up there. I'm coping really well. I've got my games and my books, and so it's not too terrible, you know?
Zen, how you feeling right now?
Feeling all right. Like, just trying to keep myself busy so far. It's just like procrastination setting in as well sometimes.
Yeah, I think today is the first day that I'm kind of like, what am I doing? Like, I've been quite good in structuring myself and doing content, releasing stuff, playing games, but today was the first time I kind of woke up like, what do I do? Like, it's kind of trying to break that pattern. For people who don't know, give them a quick brief introduction of what Melanin Gamers is and what you're about.
Melanin Gamers is a gaming community that promotes diversity and inclusion, and how we do that is through our panel talks, our online presence. So we stream on different platforms where we showcase different people of color, and also our gaming tournaments where we get people of color together and we network, and there's things like that just to showcase different people. And we write articles on people of color in the industry and gamers, like our recent article about Ariel Powers, who's a gamer, and just trying to be a good role model and representation for the people in the industry. So that's what we're trying to do, just showcase the people who are doing different things.
That's amazing. Zen, why is it so important for you to be part of a movement to be able to push representation within gaming?
Yeah, you basically said it. Like, representation is the key. There's not enough of us in the industry, and we definitely we're progressing, but we definitely need to make sure that, you know, it's ramped up a lot. So to show as many of us that unite, you know, to keep this front in terms of gaming and creativity, and showcase the people that aren't. And that's so important to, like, Melanin Gamers. We want to make sure that, you know, the little independent businesses and the individuals, like, they have a voice and a platform to come through and showcase that we are out here. You know, the industry, you make sure that, you know, we're here. Start employing people of, you know, different backgrounds and cultures, and that's why it was really important for me.
The more of us that are doing this, we're trying to sort of raise our voices in concert and just say, look, we're here. Sometimes just saying, addressing the fact that there is a problem is opening up that conversation. Because some of our panels, we had a panel at EGX, and the people who came up to us, they were like, oh, we didn't realize there was a problem, or that you guys wanted representation in our games. And we were just like, what? So it's like, of course we want representation, but to us it's natural. Of course we do, but to other people, if you don't know that there's a problem, your mind will never go there, you know?
Yes, it's when you're the mass. You never. It's like the mass never realizes that the other voice isn't being heard.
You know,
100%. Well, we're going to speak a bit more about that later. But what I want to know is, we're all gamers, yeah? We all play games, and we all have the same complaint. there's too much games out there. We ain't got enough time to play them all. Why is there so much Ross games? We want to play them all. Now we've got nothing but time on our hands. So what are you playing now that you're in quarantine?
Zen, do you want to take this?
We're
both playing Apex.
Apex takes up most of the... Well, actually, COD for me recently. COD's definitely taking up my time. I wasn't really into COD, but I'm definitely liking the Warzone aspect of the new Call of Duty.
So you're saying Warzone, that Battle Royale's got you gas mode, yeah?
Yeah. So, it's definitely because I'm not used to... I don't really like the normal COD, like the small maps. You only have to use a certain type of gun and that's it. Like, you're so confined in what you can use. So with Warzone, it's like the situation is different, the pressure of the ring, and that's what got me into Warzone. And it's still, because obviously coming from Apex as well, which is a big battle royale game, those are the two main games that are taking up my time.
So, Anna, what is it that you love about Apex? Because Apex Legends is doing bits, and I find that it's because it's got a lot of representation as well. It's kind of grabbed people. But I've played it a few times, and the first time I played it, I was running around like, where's the guns at? Like, I was running around for time looking for a gun. I'm like, where's the gats at? Like, I need to go and lick some shots. So what is it about Apex that really draws you in?
Well, definitely the representation side of it. Which is why I cosplayed Lifeline. Imagine playing a game you can cosplay a character right away that looks like you. That's amazing and it's wonderful. I was new to FPS when Apex came out, so it was one of my first first person shooter was the Rainbow Six, but that was like a month before. So Apex is the first game I've actually played that's FPS. And I just love the mechanics of it and just learning it. I play it with my friends as well. We have an Apex. We have so many different Apex teams that I play with. So that aspect of it is really good. Learning about FPS and just, it's also a fun game. You know, I've met so many different people on playing Apex, and generally the community on Apex is really nice from what I've found anyway.
Yeah, I've the few times I've played, I haven't really seen any toxic behavior within Apex communities, where obviously you playing COD, GTA, anything like that, there's a lot of like toxicness online, but I haven't really seen that on Apex.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that we're always complaining about is there's so much games. Why is there just a truckload of games sitting in my yard that I don't have no time to play? But now we got some time on our hands. I want to know, what game are you playing from your backlog, or what from your backlog would you like to go and play?
I do want to. I've been trying to do this for a while now. Get the platinum trophy on Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I'm actually quite close to getting that. I don't have a single platinum trophy in all of my PlayStation, so it's just like, I at least want one. I'm gonna go buy hard mode and get that platinum trophy.
Why is it Syndicate that you want to get the platinum in?
Because it was the first time that you could be a female assassin actually in Assassin's Creed. That you could play her, that she was part of the main story. Because so there was twins in Assassins, Jacob and Evie, and you could play one or the other. So I did the story, and it was also set in London. So of course I love Syndicate for that. And I'm really close. So I completed the game to like quite a lot. And I was like, I realized, hold on, I'm quite close to the platinum trophy, but it's just been sat there. And then I pick up GTA or the Division or Apex, and the backlog is just there.
So it's interesting you say that, because they've done like female characters, but they've always done them as like spin-off ones. Like for example, so my favorite Assassin's Creed is Black Flag. Like, I think it's the best. Like, it's the first time you was a pirate, man was out here busting pirate ships, and then like it was so sick. But then the female protagonist is when they did the spin-off game. So they did the first spin-off, which was the black guy who broke from being a slave. And then there was the second one where it was the female protagonist, the black female protagonist. And that was really cool. But yeah, I like the aspect of Syndicate where you was able to choose your characters. I think a lot of that came from, they got a lot of backlash when they did, I can't remember what number it is, but you know the one that was in France? The one...
Unity. Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah, Unity. So they got a lot of backlash from Unity because people were like, the game's good, but why can't I play as a female protagonist? And the development team was like, oh yeah, it takes too much time.
What?
Yeah, it was like, it was too much work. It takes too much time to
my god.
Yeah, so it was like, I think because they got so much backlash from that, I think that's why they really pushed to have a female protagonist in Syndicate. But I'm not crazy about Syndicate. I feel like there's certain Assassin's Creeds for me that are sick, and there's some that kind of slide off. And I think I wanted Syndicate to be more than it was.
Yeah, I get that. I definitely get that. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan. Like, I have all of them. I actually have all the Assassin's Creeds. And I've played all of them, but Syndicate isn't my... I do like the whole Eevee thing, and I like that they had different fighting styles too. It wasn't just female, male, but they actually tailored it that way.
I think Eevee was a better character anyway. I feel like she was more of an actual character, much more fleshed out, where her brother was just like, ooh, I punch people. Yeah,
Jake was like, let's brawl, and I was like, okay, cool. But,
any East Londoner. Zen, what's in your backlog, fam? What were you going to draw out for?
Do you know what? I tried to, but like my Xbox wasn't having it. I was trying to play Saints Row 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was like, I feel like it's what we wouldn't have been talking about GTA. I always say this to everyone, GTA 5 wouldn't have been a thing if they didn't start going into the whole aliens and people coming back from the dead. I feel like they ruined it with the later ones, but GTA 2 was Saints Row 2 was like a very solid game. The storyline was good, the customization was way advanced for where it was at the time on that platform, and it's got a lot of memorable characters for me that I still hold highly, as opposed to a lot of the games I play now.
So I feel Saints Row is got a community that love it, and the people who love it really, really support it. But I think it's got a much smaller community because it's kind of seen as a GTA clone, like the Mafia games and a lot of those games that came out at that time that used that same kind of thing. But Saints Row was so good at being, like GTA is trying to be cool, and then sometimes it tries to be silly. Like Saints Row felt no way at kind of taking a piss out of itself, and I think it really put a spotlight on, this is a game, stop taking it that serious. And I think that's why the Saints Row community loved that game so much.
Yeah, definitely, because it was even down to some of the weapons that you could use. I remember just slapping people with giant sticks and stuff, and they'll go flying. And it's like in GTA, it's like, no, you have to have a proper gun. But then even now, GTA has implemented a lot of those silly items into the game. So I feel like they did kind of look and see, oh wait, Saints Row can do it, we can do it too.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so my next question is, obviously I'm quarantined too much RAS time on my hand. I need you both to recommend a game that I should play from the backlog or something new while we're in quarantine.
I'm sure, that's hard, because I'm sure you played a lot of games that you would do. So it's like
Spider-Man for you, if you haven't played it.
So Spider-Man, you're talking PS4 Spider-Man, yeah? Is so epic. That game that's the first time I've played a game that made me feel like a kid again. Like I was lucky enough, I got to play it. The first time I played it was out in E3 in LA, and I was sitting there playing it, and I was like, raw, I feel like a little man. Like I proper felt like swinging across New York. It felt like Spider-Man. And there's not many games that are linked to like franchises that make you feel like that character. Like, I think Batman did it really good on the Arkham series, but I feel like Spider-Man just took it to the next level. Like, when he was flipping over and he's busting bear jokes, like, yeah, incredible. That is like a must play on a PS4. Yeah, must play. Alright, Zen, what you got for me?
Oh, it's hard to top that now, especially nowadays. Like, there's not that
Just when
many.
you know his
Like,
childhood, he's like, it felt so good. Now it's just like,
that's what I'm saying. It's like, and especially like that's what I'm always complaining about. It's like the new games, they don't have a lot of the depth. So like Spider-Man, I don't care if they take like 5 years to come out with another game, but it's something that I can go back. As you said, your experience with Spider-Man, it's like, take the time. And a lot of companies don't. So for me, if you were to go back and you had one of the earlier consoles, I would say Far Cry 3.
Oh,
That
good man. I like you.
yeah, I agree.
Far Cry 3 is the best Far Cry that's ever come out.
Ever.
And do you know what? I was talking about this not too long ago, and I was saying I've never liked an antagonist more than I have in Far Cry 3. He was better than the protagonist. I didn't even care about the protagonist. I just wanted to see my man. And the thing is, he was evil. I shouldn't even have liked him, but he was so sick. Like, I like my man. I was like, brother, I know you just killed all my people, but I'm there with you, bro. Yeah.
Like, I even watched these. Did you ever watch these YouTube spin-offs where he had like on the island, like the actor was there?
Oh, is it?
About. Yeah, you need to. I was just like, yeah, I love this guy so much. I watched every single episode.
Well, I don't know if you know yet, and if you don't know, I'm gonna blow your mind. But the voice actor is just basically leaked in an announcement that he's gonna be replaying that character again.
No way.
Yeah, it was
IGN. Know that.
Yeah,
rumor, but
yeah, like, IGN put up the post like yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh my days. Yes.
Yes.
Nah. Best, like, because obviously I put him there, then Handsome Jack from Far Cry. Those are like the best bad guys in games. Like the stuff they come out with. Nah.
So I'm a big JRPG guy. So the two kind of games I play a lot is third-person action adventures and JRPGs. That's like my genres. And I play all the FPSs. I played the CODs. I played everything. But like, they don't grab me. That was the first story-based FPS that I was just like, oh my god. Yeah. Like that game is cold. Like cold. Yeah, I like both of your answers still. I like both of your answers. I'll give you ratings on that. Alright, so you're both here to pioneer and give spaces, give voices to up and coming people from our communities and obviously other communities as well who want to get into gaming. I want one piece of advice from each of you for a young person who's really interested in getting into the gaming industry. They don't have no huge budget, so they can't buy like lots of expensive equipment. What advice would you give for them to be able to, their first few steps to be able to get into the video game industry? I'll start with you, Annabelle.
I would say networking. Networking is so crucial. Even when I started up Melanin Gamers and I was like, how do I do this thing? Networking, other people's help, it was invaluable. I would say just form a network or find a network. Google different things, initiatives that you can join. As a young person, there's so many initiatives now for them that they can go to, talk to someone, and like if they can get a mentor or something, these networking things, they are really sort of focused on getting young people into tech. And so I would say find something like that and join it, So a network is crucial, and schemes and things like that.
Wicked. Zen?
On top of like the networking, I think like just being like consistent. Like it's not gonna come like overnight, and it is an industry that unfortunately, doesn't represent certain people enough. But just being consistent, like Melanin Gamers is a good example of when a community, making an independent community, and then seeing the growth of it, people getting interested slowly. So it's not going to happen overnight. But if you just keep pushing along, keep doing what you need to do, and then building connections and friendships, then it might link you to the right people and the right places where you eventually you'll land your dream job or be in your dream position.
Yeah, that's dope. So how do people reach out to Melanin Gamers if they want to come to any of your events, or if they want to be able to speak to you to get advice? Like, what's the best places for them to find you, connect with you, like promote up your thing, man?
Shameless. Our new shiny new website designed by one of the MG team, who did an amazing job on our website. It's like,
yeah, he really did.
I was on it earlier. Still sick.
He did such a good job. We were just like, oh my god, Donovan, you're so talented. And he did all of that for MG. So the Melanin Gamers website. So if you find everything there, how to join up, how to work with MG if you need something, like how to help us help you if you're like designing a game or doing anything like that, and if we can like connect you to someone you need connections with. So there's all of that, and just like sharing our resources is what we are about, that sort of thing. So if you need like Instagram, we're on all the social medias, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, he is there. So
Zen, are you on TikTok doing all of that?
Nah. Never get me through that.
Oh my god, behavior.
Thank you. So I said, what was you saying, brother?
I said, even this is like, wow, like I don't like it.
TikTok, stop it.
Hilarious. Well, thank you both for joining me on Too Many Games and Not Enough Time. People, thank you so much for joining us on another episode. Make sure you go in the comments and tell us, what games are you playing while you're in quarantine? What game did you prefer that they picked for me? You guys team Spider-Man, or you doing Far Cry 3? Let us know in the comments below. I've been Mr. Midas, they're Melanin Gamers, and we are out.
Thank you.
Thank you.